Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, a crew looking to make a statement, taking on a team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We've got a battle that you two are going to love, and so is everybody else for that matter. High-octane offense, stone-wall defense. As they say, something's got to give, Jesse.
Yeah, this is a classic example here of the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, right? Something has got to give, and you really got to dive into the X's and O's in a game like this because every single individual matchup on the field matters when these two teams play each other.
Yeah, and these are just fun, right? Like great versus great. Like who's going to win? Which style's going to prevail? Both these teams have been able to impose their will week after week on their opponents. Now, high-powered matchup. Who's going to get the win?
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. Looking to throw for it. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that's exactly what this defense wanted to do coming into this game. They wanted to set up third down so they could let their pass rush take over. They feel they've got a shot to be really successful if they can force the opponent to live in third and obvious passing situations. And that time, on the first third down of the game, they take advantage and get the sack.
So Florida's offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
Man, it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hard runners.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The give to the back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. A linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Looking to pass, it's Willis. Quickly complete. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. And the Gators are on the move. Off play action on first down. A strike downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Gentry. Stopped just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pick up of 10 and a first down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. It's complete to the right. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And now they've moved into the red zone. The play action fake. Makes the grab. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Gators didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
They methodically worked the ball down the field. 11th play of the drive coming up, with this one 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Gator. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Takes the grab on the left. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Looking to fire. Oh, he wants it all. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll run the sneak for it. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets the give. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. They get to the line quickly.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5. They've already moved the chains a couple of times on this drive, now out close to midfield. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up.
That's a fumble. He picks it up, still on his feet. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down. Now the play fake. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's to.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guy. square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Splits the uprights. Good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. To throw, it's Willis. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Back open in the middle. That effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw again. Here comes the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? It's complete to the left. There he goes. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. And the Gators are marching down the field. The give headed toward right tackle.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game. One-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. The Gators will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Off the play fake. That's caught. It's Recksteiner. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Going downfield for the big play. And it's caught inside the 20. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Off the play fake on 1st down. He wants it all. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a hurry, right? Yards, they're sitting in their own red zone. A chance to make a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped this field.
Quick release on the RPO. Into their happy place for a touchdown. They'll try to add another to their lead. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do there.
And how many times do we hear that? Quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
Oh, it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got him downfield. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the 1st down. Great spot to attack there. Right off the turnover. Try to strike and keep them reeling.
Absolutely. Coaching 101. Sudden change. When you create a turnover,
Breaks into the open. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. He'll do it himself. Nice move there. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
and this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Sprints into the end zone for a touchdown.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw, it's Willis. Under fire. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
How about the coverage by the defense? It's almost like they knew they were running a curl route, sitting on the route, doing a good job of seeing the quarterback, breaking on the football. This defense is dialed in to no matter what you throw at them.
Complete to the left. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. He's taking the shot. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Florida! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Time to take a shot. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down. High the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
They go with quarterback, keeps it himself, and look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Finds his man. It's Recksteiner. He's down at the 23-yard line. It's a 1st down, and they've got to show this urgency.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. At the 35, he's loose. They believe in this running game, and he's out across the 40 to the 43 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw on 1st down. Out of the backfield, he's open. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. The offense will quickly use a timeout. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Off play action. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
The snap sets up to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a 1st down in the waning seconds of the half. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Into the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
Throws toward the end zone. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Allegiant Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. We're just about ready to start the second half. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, Dave, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go, because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum. And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, it's Willis. He hurls one deep down the left side. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Gator. Well, this receiver is making this passing attack look like it's going against air.
No doubt, it does. It looks like it's on air. I'll tell you what, you got to find a way to rough this guy up a little bit. Be physical. Make sure he takes a toll instead of all these big plays he keeps making. Make him tired, physically dent him a little bit, make him have to work a little bit harder than he had.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And he's going to bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll operate out of split backs. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs.
Turning it on. Powers through. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking to take a shot. Gets it in there for the... down.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to try to return this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops following and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive already. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Throws to the wideout. Got it on the outside. It's Gentry. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Snagged out in the air. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll run play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Gonna look downfield again. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
And this guy's showing his hands again, understanding.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Willis. Hines is tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. He makes the grab. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. The Gators really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll run the screen. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Boyd.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target. And
he lost one down the sideline. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Looking for more room. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this.
plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking for a man. It's Willis. Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot. Down, they're staring at third.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Might be changing the route. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got his man. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. And the Gators are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
The Gators are flying down the field. To the air on first down. Unloads it left. Makes the grab. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
And no messing around right now if you're on offense. This is the time where execution has got to be at a premium. You need to hit completions, David. They need some big plays.
Yeah, and you just want to keep pressuring them and keep making them use the clock, give them the underneath stuff. And again, when they drive the football down the field, I just can't give up touchdowns. Field goal at this point is not going to hurt my defense.
Back to pass, it's Willis. It's complete on the right side. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down. The Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Trying play action. Catch in the middle, it's Boyd. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. 1st and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Trying to set up the screen. Touchdown! Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Finds space on the right. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. If you can't throw it late, it's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out.
And it's his 4th interception of the game. Going the other way, and he's got room. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's taking a deep shot. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Quarterback making checks. Still firing away as he'll go down swinging. He'll take another shot here. And the pass will be incomplete, looking for a little window dressing at the end, but the ball game is over. Well, points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a